This is Rosanna and you are watching Rose Speak Minds. Today I am going to do a presentation on Montessori. Many of you want to know what Montessori is and why Montessori schools are so special. To get a good knowledge of Montessori, watch this video till the end. Happy watching! What is Montessori? Montessori is child-centered education designed to help all children reach their fullest potential at their own pace. Montessori is a method of education that is based on self-directed activity, hands-on learning, and collaborative play. The main purpose of a Montessori school is to provide a carefully planned, stimulating environment which will help the child to develop an excellent foundation for creativity learning. In this presentation today, I'm going to take you through to give you some understanding of what Montessori really is. We know that every child is unique. They are much smarter than we were at their age. They cannot be taught in the same way. Children today lack independence and respect. Need more than just learning to read and write in schools here in Sri Lanka. We are also aware that most teachers teach children based their experience on how they were taught as a child. There are more preschools than qualified or knowledgeable teachers. Most teachers lack the knowledge and skills to work with kids. Most teachers are not aware of handling the Montessori material. The facts. Montessori makes children very independent and confident. Montessori caters to children with different learning needs, whether you have an autistic child or gifted child or any other child with different learning needs. Montessori caters to all these children. Children from Montessori schools are doing far better their school years and in life when compared to other children. Brain research shows that Montessori works wonders with children. For all these reasons, now everyone start talking about Montessori. Before we go further, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Rosanna Noorami and I am the founder, CEO and the directors of Genius Academy of Modern English. I am a passionate educator and I have been in the field of early childhood education for the last 26 years. So, let's get going with the presentation. What is Montessori and how does it work? Montessori has three components: philosophy, the environment, and the teacher. And it's a child-centered approach, and you see the image of the child sitting right in the center of the three components. Now, let me take you through the components one by one. Let's go through the philosophy. Montessori philosophy is based on understanding of the child. This is very important. We are working with the child and we should get to know them first. The child has a pattern of development. They are absorbent mind, the sensitive period. Now, let's go through briefly what is absorbent mind. The absorbent mind, Maria Montessori says that children are born with no memory or any framework of knowledge. 0 to 6 years, the most important period, is a crucial period where the child grows with unconscious to conscious learner. From the age of 0 to 3 years, the child absorbs everything in his environment unconsciously. And then, at the age of 3 years, he would have developed his own personality, and at that age, he starts learning everything consciously, and how he learns it through the environment. The absorbent mind. The impressions and interaction the child gains from his environment does not merely enter his mind, they form it. The other internal age is the sensitive period. The age between 0 to 6, the children are sensitive to the following: order, walking, small objects, language, refinement of senses, and social interact. What does this mean? Let me take an example out of the 6 given. Let's take walking. Children around the age of 1 learn to stand and then walk. They repeat the same walking action to perfect themselves. It's hard to make them to sit still. However, if during that age, if you do not give the opportunity to walk, like you have a nanny, you to carry all the time, or you keep him in the pram all the time, and you are not giving too much of opportunity to practice the skill, still he'll be able to walk, but he'll be able to learn with great difficulty later. If his walking is delayed, then it has again impact on other areas of his life. A sensitive period is a block of time in the child's life when they are absorbed with one characteristic of their environment to the exclusion of all others. Once the sensitive period has passed, it will never return in the same way. The child is still able to learn the skill, but with greater difficulty. The other thing about philosophy is that you will learn the spiritual embryo. The spiritual embryo. Montessori said that when the child is still a fetus in the womb, it is developing physically. So, she called the child in the womb as physical embryo. When the child is born, the child is physically perfect. They have the eyes, nose, ears, fingers, etc. But the spirit is yet to develop. So, Montessori refers to the child outside the womb as spiritual embryo. This is a very delicate stage, and care should be taken to help develop spirit of the child in a very positive way. How to nurture the spirit of the child? This is also discussed the Montessori philosophy, which will give you understanding of the child personality development in early years. Besides this, Montessori also talks about the periods of development of the child, normalization and deviation. These are terms by Maria Montessori, and she has given some characteristic of normalized child and deviated child, which is also learned in detail about in the philosophy. By learning this and more, you will get a complete understanding of the child, and this will help you to work with the child and not just teach them a curriculum. Once you understand the philosophy, teaching will never be the same. It's so amazing. Now let's go to the next component, which is the environment. This is a Montessori classroom. It is called a prepared environment. The teacher is the preparer of the environment. This is how the prepared environment looks like. It's beautifully laid out. There is order in the environment. You see nature in the environment. You see pots of plants and a pet in the classroom. The prepared environment is an environment that allows maximum independent learning, exploration, hands-on learning, responsibility and social interaction. It is the prepared environment that distinguishes Montessori from all other educational systems. If you walk into the prepared environment, you will see a variety of activities, a great deal of movement, children interacting, talking with each other, sharing, etc. Children are working on their own choice of materials. You see a child going up to the shelf and picking up material he wants to work with and put back the material after he has used it. The prepared environment has 6 essential components. They are freedom, structure and order, reality and nature, development of community life, Montessori material, atmosphere and beauty. Freedom. Freedom is highly misunderstood in the Montessori. So, you can't have a classroom of material and then allow the children to do whatever they want to. This won't work. There is a procedure before the child is given the freedom. The child is given the freedom of choice, freedom to work with the material as long as he wants to, freedom of movement, freedom to socially interact with each other, and all these freedoms comes with a limit. That is what we call giving freedom within limits, structure and order in the environment. If you go to any Montessori school or classroom, materials are kept in the same order. Materials are based on reality. They are more on natural products rather than plastic. Development of community life, social interaction and communication in the classroom. Then the Montessori material of course is there. Montessori materials are simply beautiful. If you take an overall look at the classroom, it is really beautiful. The atmosphere, the energy, the beauty is really amazing. These are the components of Montessori prepared environment. The most important component is the teacher, the role of a teacher. The Montessori teacher does not teach much. She just do presentation and connect the child to the environment and she just observes that. The teacher in the Montessori class is called a directress. It's simply because she does not teach. She directs the children to the materials. Her main role is to direct the child to find the best way to learn from the environment. Now what the directress does is she is a catalyst. So she activates the relationship between the child and the environment. She prepares and organizes the material to meet the needs of the child. She does it with a lot of love. Then she demonstrates the materials and then she allows the child to discover on his own. She has a deep understanding of the Montessori philosophy. She is well trained and she has a Montessori knowledge, a good understanding of the child, the skills to observe the child, the skills to work with the child. This training is very important for the directress. The Montessori talks about the spiritual preparation of the directress or the teacher. When she says spiritual preparation, it does not mean religious way. When she says spiritual preparation, learning about herself and shedding pride and anger. Pride and anger are two things that can stand in your way when you are teaching children. The best way to get rid of them is self-reflect. When you go through the training, when you get self-reflect, then you can get rid of this pride and anger. This makes you humble and grateful role model. The director knows how to implement the Montessori environment. The philosophy in the environment brings out the best potential in the child. Now we have covered the philosophy, the environment, and the teacher. The philosophy will help you to understand the child. The prepared environment is crucial for the child's learning, but however, without the teacher, the whole Montessori system fails. That is why the training of the teacher is so important. There is no Montessori without the teacher. I hope you enjoyed learning what Montessori is really about as much as I've enjoyed presenting it to you. We do Montessori courses for school leavers, teachers, and housewives. If you would like to know more about Montessori, email me directly on academicgenius23@gmail.com or rosannanorami23@gmail.com. I'll be happy to help you in any ways I can. If you like this video, put a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Happy watching!